and a good evening and a happy new year and happy new beginning, happy new month. Yay, happy new any moment we choose. I'm Debbie Hazelton, and here we are all together once again in the quiet. Oh, if you have had too much noise, if you've had too much drama, if you've had too much of the world, then perhaps you know how wonderful it is to come together in the quiet. Oh my goodness, it's so good for us. It's so important to the balance of allness. It's so good for the whole planet, for every single blade of grass and every grain of sand. Can you remember a time when you didn't know how something would resolve? Maybe it was something in your body. Maybe it was something in your surroundings. Maybe it was something in a relationship. Maybe it's been several things. But I wonder if you can remember a moment where something just seemed like it would never get better. And somehow you decided to let it be, to let go, to step aside and focus your attention elsewhere. And I wonder if you can remember even one of those situations, if not more than one, where when you went back, it indeed was better. And I wonder if you felt grateful. I wonder if you feel grateful now, even in remembering. I can remember several, and that sort of knowing for me is acknowledgement of so much at work in the unseen, so much at work that we do not have to deal with. Imagine if you have a staff of many who are working for your greater good, working for your comfort, your well-being. And you do not have to deal with all of those little details. Just as one breath happens at a time, and all the organs and all the cells and all the tissues know how to cooperate with each other so that you can take that next breath, one breath at a time. So it is with all the wonderful things that happen, that do happen, and can continue to happen without our orchestration, without being a referee, without having to get in the middle and determine which and what moves before such and such can happen. All the things that take care of themselves, one breath at a time. And so it is with so much of our lives, whereas we just allow things to happen and we loosen our grip, because when we have that tight grip, nothing new can enter our hands and even our hearts and minds if we're using every ounce of effort to hold on. So as we loosen the new, the good, the outworking, the possibilities, the opportunities, the wonderfulness can happen. And we can be very surprised. And so I invite you to use this time to bask. I hear from listeners periodically who do just that in this time. And any time that you hear this show, and any time that you on your own go into the quiet, do you ever feel almost pulled or pushed into the quiet, summoned? I do. I feel almost carried there sometimes and lifted up and shown. And all we have to do, in my experience, all we have to do is be slightly willing. Slightly. Do you know people who take forever to try something new because they feel like they're not totally on board? Well, guess what? You don't have to be with this. You only have to be slightly willing. And all those staff that work for you, that work for the highest, are ready, standing by, ready, willing, and able to take over. And that means helping to bring you to where you need to be, to receive. Breathe and receive. All right. I'm so happy that we're all together. If you like what you hear, you can find my YouTube channel, Debbie Hazelton, on YouTube. You can find my announce list. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook. I do not know how to find me on Facebook, but I'm there somewhere. Anyway, what I know right now is that we are here now, and that is what matters. So here we go with some music. Happy New Year. Happy new beginning. Happy January 3rd or 4th or, let's see, 8th, I believe, is when this show also is heard. And 5th, yeah, all these other times and stations. Thank you so much for carrying this show. I am honored. Here we go. This is Ellen Buxtall. Tikkun Olam, repair the world. That's why the world needs us in the quiet, needs our love and willingness. What would it look like, feel like, be like to live from greater joy? For more information about where and when this show airs and how you can find it anytime, check out my Deb site, debbiehazelton.com. Together we make a difference in the quiet.